So this video was requested by a Reddit user on r/Gnostic, and just like the title of the video, this is about is Sabaoth, Lord of Hosts, Elyon, God Most High. So a little bit about this subject, because this could be very confusing. This was definitely confusing for me after trying to understand all of this with my understanding, because with my current research in Gnosticism entirely is right now I'm basically reading the whole Nag Hammadi library, the Gnostic Bible, and the King James Bible at the same time. So with that, it is very, I would say it's quite interesting to say the least, because of just the amount of light and darkness and spiritual discernment you have to do in order to understand all of this, and just the amount of wisdom to put the pieces together to understand this. So, in my understanding of all this, Sabaoth isn't Yahweh, Yaldabaoth. So all the horrible things that happened in the Old Testament, you know, like, what was one? I think Yahweh one time brought snakes and killed people because of, I can't think of off the top of my head. I'm doing this orally, but basically there's a lot going on in the Old Testament. Child sacrificing, a lot of horrible stuff. And a lot of people have become atheists because of what happens in the Old Testament. I was one too, until I discovered Gnosticism. And I would say that other experiences also made me get rid of my atheism. You know, there's just general life experiences and just other stuff that I'll get into within other videos. But basically, with my understanding, Elyon isn't, Yahweh. Yahweh isn't even in the New Testament at all. Now, some people think Jesus is Yahweh, but the whole word isn't in there in itself. Sabaoth is in the New Testament, I think maybe once, a couple times, but basically, and I got my laptop right here, Sabaoth is completely different from Yahweh. I have also read the Reality of the Rulers book, Hypostasis of the Archons, where it basically describes that Sabaoth is supposedly the son of Yahweh, and he supposedly received wisdom from Sophia and repented. And Sabaoth, the Lord of Hosts, is supposedly Jesus' army in the book of Revelation's end times. And what's fascinating about it is that the amount of videos I've watched with people describing Yahweh actually as the beast in Revelation is the lion, leopard, bear. And it is honestly seeing all of this and putting the pieces together with like this journey of understanding what Gnostic Christianity is and the fact that it's been suppressed for years. It's mind-blowing. But anyways, so let's see. Sabaoth, Lord of Hosts. So I'm going to pull up the Wikipedia page, my laptop. Let's see. So, in Gnostic writings, Sabaoth is one of the sons of Yaldabaoth, according to the hypostasis of the Archons, and the origin of the world. I've also read that too. Sabaoth dethrones his father, Yaldabaoth. In both accounts, Sabaoth repents when he hears the voice of Sophia, condemns his father and his mother matter, and after that is enthroned by Sophia in the seven heavens. Some church fathers report, on the other hand, that Gnostics identify Sabaoth with Yaldabaoth himself. Which, I'm going to be honest, without any type of spiritual discernment or just any type of, esoteric wisdom, this could be very schizophrenic, a schizophrenic point of view of all of this. Because it's just understanding, from my understanding of Gnostic Christianity, if you know anything about Gnostic Christianity, you're probably down the rabbit hole of truth, of trying to understand the world, why we're here, and all that. And I've been like that, and I've been down this rabbit hole of just looking at all of this information in the world for years. We're currently in the age of information right now, so all of this information that's been, suppressed, it's coming to the surface. It's all on the internet. So, let's see. The name Sabaoth appears in the Old Testament. It is referred to an army. In the first book of Samuel, the name is used as the name of God. In Gnostic texts, the name should evidently render as over all forces of chaos. So, in my understanding of just understanding what archons are, because many people call them demons, they're basically rulers. And I think in the New Testament, I think in the book of Ephesians, they say we don't battle against flesh and blood, but against the authorities, the rulers of darkness. So, in Gnosticism, that would be the archons. They currently rule this world, the prince of the power of the air. So they basically, technically, rule this world. In Corinthians, they say like Satan is God of this world. So, but with Satan, and just understanding what Satan is also a different story, because of just like Lucifer, morning star, and Jesus called himself the morning star too. And also, I think in the Old Testament, Yahweh was also called Satan in one part. So, it is like a Rubik's Cube at this point. I've been studying the Bible. I'm currently in the future also going to make some videos, if this one is received well, on some stuff on the Gnostic books, the Gnostic Bible, and the wisdom that contains in it, and put it together with the King James Bible. So, with that, could Sabaoth be God Most High? Maybe. So, with my understanding, and just with the research that I've been looking at, let's see. Elyon is the monad. And if you don't know what the monad is, let's pull it up. The monad is like it's called the supreme being. So basically, the monad is something that's like within you. So I can't describe it with like words, because this is delving in the realm of what I used to partake in. See, if you know anything about Gnosticism, or just understanding spirituality in itself, you understand the role of inner wisdom. So like understanding, know yourself, and the universe and the gods. I don't know how to describe it, but basically within you, the monad is the awareness behind your eyes. That's the best way I can describe it right now, using words. But the monad basically we're technically all the monad in this. If you listen to this philosophy or understand the monad philosophy. Let me read the Wikipedia page. The monad is a supreme being or the totality of all things. So just infinite consciousness. I know David Icke kind of describes it well. Infinite consciousness. So basically, God the Father is infinite consciousness. If you think that God Most High is the monad. But now, the picture that I have on this video is of Abraxas. Now, that's another Gnostic god. Now, I've seen Reddit posts of Sabaoth and Abraxas associated together, but I'm still researching that as of right now. But, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he has a shield that has Yahoo, Alpha and Omega. If he has like a shield, Alpha and Omega, and that's attributed to Jesus as well. Jesus said he was the Alpha and Omega, and just like Lord of Hosts, Sabaoth is also associated with Alpha and Omega. I mean, it makes sense. You put the pieces together, it makes sense. But let's see. Other Reddit posts I've seen also talks about, just putting the pieces together with Abraxas. Some people think Abraxas is both the monad and the demiurge, having a trace of both, like they're in between. And if you don't, I don't know if I covered the demiurge. If you know the demiurge, that's supposed to be like the name of like the present God who made the physical universe. Because the physical universe, and I don't care what people says, the physical universe, animals eating each other, life eating life, I don't think God made that. Now, human sin being responsible for the evil in the world, well, evolution, if you look at evolution, like if you look at evolution, I don't know, Adam and Eve's story being 6,000 years ago, and evolution, the Earth being here longer for billions of years. I don't know. I would say that evolution kind of makes more sense in that context, that animals eating each other, I don't think a good God has made that. That's the whole purpose of Gnosticism. Gnosticism, like, nature, if you just look at nature, I mean, just watch the YouTuber Casual Geographic. I you just look at nature and it's horror. Like, any type of human, violence isn't. It's like it's microscopic compared to the horrors of nature. I digress, but with that, I don't want to ramble. Let's see. Getting back to the point. I might have to end this video. This was a video requested, but this is up for discussion in the comments because I'm still learning about Gnostic Christianity. I'm going to make more videos discussing the other books in the Gnostic Bible. And my whole purpose is basically combining the King James Bible and the Gnostic Bible together because I do believe in Jesus. But in terms of just like Jesus's role of who Satan was and everything is what's going on, because he called the Jews father the devil, and it's like, who's the Jews' father? Yahweh. But then again, it's like, well, Yahweh is God, right? To Christians, Orthodox Christians. So this is up for discussion. Could Elyon be Sabaoth, Lord of Hosts? Because Sabaoth is good in Gnosticism, while Yaldabaoth is evil. So there's a whole thing of, Yahweh. Regular Christians, some Orthodox regular Christians even say Yahweh is Satan too, but you have to divide the word of the Old Testament. But this will definitely be an ongoing thing. I'll make more videos in the future. But yeah, could he be it? All right. Thank you for watching.